opposite ends of the table, but both looking to get improved performances from their display last weekend for Melbourne City. They'd be hoping they're just a little bit more clinical in front of goal. They struggled last week to be clinical against Western United, only managing that draw. And for the Western Sydney Wanderers, they managed to get their first point of the Liberty A-League season. And it was a tough-fought draw, a little bit unlucky in the end with a wonderful goal from Cass Davis to deny them the 3 points. As we take a look at the starting 11 for Melbourne City, Dario Vidicic has named an unchanged starting lineup that faced Western United last week, with Hannah Wilkinson, Daniela Galich and Holly McNamara leading the line. The benches are looking a little bit different this weekend, with Kira Myers getting her first nod in Liberty A-League. And Mina Rekic, the re-signing, announced this week. She's also back with the squad, and that'll be a really good addition to have. As we take a look at the Wanderers as well, Robbie Hooker makes 2 changes to his starting 11 this week, with Amy Harrison and Sophie Harding both coming back to the 11. And much like Daria Vidicic, some changes in the bench, with Gemma Ferris and India Baraya making their way onto the bench for the Wanderers this weekend. And there's Rihanna Polsina, 2 goals so far in the Liberty A-League. She's all just moments away from getting underway here at Amy Park. The second of the doubleheader. The men did play first and played out a 3-3 draw. And we are underway. The Wanderers get us going. Do their best to try and dictate the play as much as they possibly can. As that ball sent long to the path of Rebecca Stott. Got Caitlin Torpy in support. Finds her, but that ball makes its way out of play. Hughes. Go with Rebecca Stott. Can hear Daria Vidicic already giving instructions to his side. Grosso. Now out wide to McNamara. Back to Grosso. Polosina. to the Mac, and those 1-2 passes. We'll see a lot of those this afternoon. McNamara's got some options in the middle. She wants to use them. Just going to take her time. Just work her way inside. Still McNamara. Back out to Grosso. Otto. Grosso again. Nice footwork. Sends it across, and it's just gone across the face of goal. And we'll go out for a goal kick, but that is the danger of Melbourne City. They will be patient. Try to find that really good ball. Just needed a player to make the run at the far post. And goalkeeper this afternoon for the Wanderers, Sham Karmas, very experienced player in between the posts. Certainly a veteran of this competition. Harding under immediate pressure, and Hughes comes away with the ball. Now McKenna. Grosso making her way forward as she likes to do. Such a explosive player going forward. Really hard to keep track of if you are on her side, and partnering with the likes of Holly McNamara as well. Policina. Grosso. Otto. Certainly a long way up the pitch. Back to Otto. Now Stott. He's going to send it across, and that pass just didn't have the direction it needed, but Torpy able to reach it first. McKenna. Still McKenna, and now out for a throw-in. And as I mentioned, ahead of this game, going to be a lot of Melbourne City possession, who can tend to suffocate a side and just keep them locked in and have to defend for a really long time and need to stay focused the whole way. Now McKenna able to break through. Got Policina alongside her. Still McKenna, a nice through ball, but read well and cleared away by the Wanderers. But only as far as Grosso. McKenna. Hughes. Now Grosso. Got McNamara out in the sunny side of the pitch. McKenna. Dangerous ball in. Galich not able to reach it in time, but can see what she was trying to do. Daniela Galich, really good young player, so promising. Lots of good buzz around her in football circles, and she's playing a lot more on the wing this season. We saw her last year playing a lot more through the middle. It almost seems like her and Rihanna Policina at times alternate. So we know how good Policina is out there on the wing as well. Ball down the line and out for a Wanderers throw-in. So will be Alexia Apostolakis, another one of those young players in our competition. So promising. Part of so many national team squads for younger age groups. Harding tries to send it through, only as far as McKenna. Now out to Policina. Needs to find an outlet pass, and they do in Holly McNamara. Wilkinson up ahead, but needs a few more runners, and that ball across is going to find Daniela Galich. She's got a little bit of space. Now back on the inside. Torpy went for that shot early, probably ill-advised. Strong tackle from Galich. Play continues. That ball across, going out for a corner. And that's, I don't know if she got there on time, but doesn't really matter what I say. It's all about whatever Isabella Libri has gone with, and it is a fair tackle in her book. And it will be Rihanna Policina to take this set piece. See Sham Karmas trying to organise her side. Melbourne City are a really tall outfit and got a lot of options in the middle. Policina sends it deep, and Wilkinson does get her head to it, but over the bar. But that is a target that you want to have. Helen Wilkinson, she scores more times than she doesn't. Good ball from Policina, and Wilkinson maybe would have thought she could have done a little bit better in the end. Grosso. Taylor Otto to a fellow American, Julia Grosso. Still making her way forward. Loses control, and it will be a Wanderers throw-in. Poslakis sends it down the line to Price, and ball's given straight back to City. Policina, a nice turn on the inside. Good ball cut out there by Danica Matos. Torpy trying to switch the play out wide to Holly McNamara, but Poslakis read the ball well, and a little bit sloppy there from Madison McComsky, so it will be another City corner. And looks like it will be Rana Policina again. Madison McComsky, nice player for the Wanderers to have. Just got a little bit confused, I think, in that moment and ran out of space. So will be Policina to take this corner. Into a dangerous area. Wilkinson does get ahead to it again, but this time wide of the post. She's certainly getting close. Need to be looked at by the Wanderers. She can't keep getting those free headers, or sooner or later she will score. Let's take a look at that. And a glancing head up, maybe a little bit too far out. Just couldn't control it and direct it goalward. Wilkinson, New Zealand international, played at the World Cup that was enjoyed by so many across the world. Fantastic player. Her combination play with Holly McNamara, who's on the ball now, is one of the best in the competition. McNamara back to Policina. Hughes. Grosso. Now McNamara again. Take their time. Force the Wanderers to come to them to find that release ball. Just playing a little bit dangerously there, and they have given it away cheaply to the Wanderers. A lot of play down that side, which is not too surprising. Holly McNamara had a fantastic goal last week against Western United, and such a threat, not only goalward, but her passing ability and her movement, some of the best in the competition. Hughes giving the ball away cheaply here, and a good run opportunity for the Wanderers. And it is Kush LaRue, and a good slave in the end by Lysiane Prue. Now out to Grosso. Prue was maybe a little bit lucky. It was her teammate that was closest to her as it spilled out of her hands. Harrison. Price. That ball's fed nicely through to Matos, but cleared away by Galich. She was doing defensive duties, and we see that run again from Kush LaRue. A good effort in the end, but Lysiane Prue was in the right spot at the right time. But gonna need to capitalise on those opportunities, the Wanderers, this afternoon, if City are gonna give the ball away cheaply in dangerous areas. Komsky sending it out wide to Bruce. McKenna. Now Galich, and can see Melbourne City absolutely dominating the possession stats, 72%, and I imagine it will continue that way as the game goes along, as that ball's sent long and no one was really making that run. Polisina. Now Grosso. Otto back to Polisina. Doesn't want to be facing towards her own goal. Wants to turn and go. Need to reset here, Melbourne City. Otto. Can see Wanderers wanting to press high as best as they can to slow down Melbourne City. Grosso. Now Otto. Torpy, bit of a heavy touch. Needs to be able to control it, and it's given away. Gordon. Price, back to Gordon. Got some runners ahead. Still Gordon. Got trapped. Chisari. Postolakis, and under pressure there from Ollie Mack. They've just changed roles there. Attacker defender. Also just playing around, and does win her side a throw in. And Robbie Hooker, coach of the Western Sydney Wanderers, came in to replace Kat Smith a week out from the season starting. Not the ideal situation for any coach. And you'd imagine it has taken him a little bit of time to get familiar with this squad and figure out what best playing style goes with the players he has available. See McNamara just slow to get up. Looks like she will be okay. Just walking a little bit gingerly. That will be a big out if she isn't able to continue, and I think she will be all right. Just a hard foul there from Apostolakis. Torpy. Out wide to Galich. McKenna. Nice find of Torpy. A good cross in, but there was no one there. McNamara at the far post. Still McNamara. Tried to feed it through to McKenna. Tried once again. Needs to be cleared away by the Wanderers, and it's bobbling around and narrowly avoiding goal. The Wanderers just playing around a little bit too much in their own penalty box. Needed to clear it away and got away with one, so will be a goal kick. Price tried, Harrison tried, and almost deflected off McNamara into the back of the net. Postolakis. Chisari. Paying it down the line, but only as far as Grosso once again. He's turned around by Kush LaRue. Got Harding up ahead, and there's centre-back Taylor Otto to bail her out of trouble, Julia Grosso. Hughes. Stott. Now Stott, can she find that outlet pass? Finds Hughes, needs to find one more. Now Otto. Out wide to McNamara. Got Polisina in support. Only Apostolakis facing them. Polisina sends it across, not cleared away. McKenna now, and just wide of goal. Deflected out, so will be another Melbourne City corner. Take a look at that opportunity, and header wasn't far enough by McComsky. And that follow-up from McKenna. Knows she can put it into the back of the net. She was just too far stretched to really get the contact she would have liked with that opportunity. Played short to Stott. He sends it in. Punched away by Karmas. Chisari needs to clear it. Looked like it came off her arm. Play continues. Grosso sends it across. Can Wilkinson make anything of it? Still Wilkinson. And good defensive work there by the Wanderers. As Beth Gordon's got space ahead. Does she have any teammates who can help her create something here? Matos. Back to Gordon. Spell of possession certainly do the Wanderers some good, just to dictate the play themselves. Apostolakis working her way on the inside. Switches on for Kush LaRue. She can keep the ball in play. Got Matos in support. Still Rue. And good block from Caitlin Torpy. Did what she needed to do. But Kush LaRue It's been dangerous in the early stages of this game, and you can see a black eye from Kush LaRue. And if you watched their game last week against the Newcastle Jets, she got a massive knock. Wasn't sure she's going to be able to play, but she's made it, and it's been dangerous in the early part of the game. Wilkinson feeding it through to McNamara. He's got space ahead. Up against McComsky. Still McNamara charging forward, and a great turn. Lost a little bit of control of the ball. Hughes. Torpy. Sending it through for Policina, but not deep enough. That ball into the penalty area. Gordon. Harrison. Price. Now Chisari back to Price. Immediately under pressure from Policina. Price has done really well, and a nice ball through for Kush LaRue. Got Gordon short. Finds her. Price into a dangerous area, but forced out. Kush LaRue again. Send it in, but only blue shirts crowding that penalty area. Some good chances for the Wanderers when they do break forward, particularly through Kush LaRue, and that ball's given away to Holly McNamara. Got Galich and Wilkinson up ahead. Goes with Galich. Continues her run, and that ball tried to feed it deep to Hannah Wilkinson, but had too much on it. Just not clicking at the moment for City when they go forward. They're a side who've create the most big chances in the league in the early part of the season. They've just struggled at times to be clinical, particularly in that game against Western United and the Wellington Phoenix in the opening game of the season. Otto. Policina back to Otto. Stott finds McKenna, tried to chip it through, and the pass was a little bit ill-advised. Galich. McKenna, and unable to control it, so will be a Wanderers throw-in. Harrison. Matos. Gordon. It's been very lively in the opening stages of this game. It's probably one of their best players last season, Bethany Gordon, for the Wanderers in a difficult season, obviously, excluding the likes of Claire Hunt, who made her way into that Matildas squad and certainly solidified herself as the first choice in that centre-back partnership. But Beth Gordon had an equally good season in the middle of the park. And passing accuracy really high for both sides, and no surprise there for Melbourne City in particular to attempt the most passes in the league, the highest rating. Just need to have a little bit more of that happening in their attacking half. Sometimes it does tend to swing around in their defence for a little bit too long, and it becomes a little bit static. Ball sent forward and left by Rebecca Stott. Sam Prue, now Otto. Out wide to Torpy. They've just caused a little bit of trouble for themselves, Melbourne City. And Matos was fouled by Torpy. So will be a free kick for the Wanderers. We're causing that City defence a little bit of trouble in this game, and making some great opportunities for themselves. Forced that foul with their pressure to that City defence. So See if they can create something off this set-piece opportunity. Polisena and McNamara. Two-player wall. And here, Dario giving instructions to his side about those runners they need to be aware of. Gordon sends it into that area, but too far out of reach for all. Danielle Galich just limping a little bit. Thankfully she is all right and able to run it off. Do have Amina Rekic on the bench as an attacking option if they do come across any issues, Melbourne City. Very young bench for Melbourne City with Kira Myers as well and Naomi Chinema. Polisena. And not fouled. Lineswoman didn't think it was a foul, but referee Isabella Libri disagrees, so it will be a free kick for Melbourne City. Fascinating opening 20 minutes of football here at Amy Park. Melbourne City dominated possession, but some of the best opportunities have certainly fallen the way of the Western Sydney Wanderers. And they might have another chance here as Chisari sends it across, but cleared away. Polisena. And fouled by McComsky. Just getting a few words there. Amy Chisari. Grosso. Still Grosso. Good turn there, away from defender, but straight into the back of Alexia Apostolakis. Wanderers come away with it. Gordon, a world of space, trying to feed it through to Kush LaRue. Just not going to reach it there before the Siam Peru, and he drops the ball. Able to recover, and 3 fouls apiece so far in this contest. It's been physical, but too many massive stops of play. Otto into a dangerous area, needs to be cleared away by City. Torpy, Hughes. This is what they like to do, move the ball quickly. Torpy, but they're not getting the runners they need, so they need to just be on the same page, Melbourne City. Ball finds Wilkinson. Got McNamara in a world of space. Finds her. Still McNamara. Only McNamara looks to be fouled, and she does win her side a penalty. And that is what Holly McNamara can do. Puts doubt into her opponent's mind. Need to make a decision, and she's forced the penalty. Great bit of play, but Chisari stuck her leg out. McNamara played it well. So it will be Rihanna Polisena to take this penalty. Her second of the season, scored against Adelaide from the spot. Scored against Canberra from the spot, actually. Polisena, and an excellent penalty into the roof of the net. And it's Melbourne City and their social media manager getting in on the action. A really good strike. And for all that early possession, Melbourne City are 1-0 ahead. Rihanna Polisena gets her 3rd goal of the season. really good bit of play going forward for Melbourne City. Started with Holly McNamara forcing that foul. And Rihanna Polisina finishing it off. That'll be a nice clip for the socials with that angle. Such a prolific player. Gets involved in the play. Rihanna Polisina. So good at working within tight spaces. Now she's got her side 1-0 ahead in this opening half of football. Bruce out wide to Matos. Sends it long to Harding. Immediately under pressure from Galich, who's done well to collect the ball. Stop just playing around with the ball for too long. Harding now with the effort and straight into the hands of Prue. Just held on to the ball a little bit too long there, Rebecca Stott. Maybe wasn't aware of how much pressure she was under. Otto sending it across to Torpy. He's done well to control it. Now Galich tried to feed it through. Back to Wilkinson. Continuing her run. Just a little bit too heavy with that touch. Straight into the hands of Karmas. Komsky. Found Chisari. Now just sent long. Able to be dealt with by Stott, but only as far as a white shirt. Matos. Price. Chisari. Under pressure from Polisina and loses possession, so it will be a wondrous throw-in. Torpy needs to find a short option to get this throw-in in time. And just going to send it back to Stott. He's just going to send as far away as she can, but straight back to her. Price. Still Price. Matos. Gordon. Komsky. Just forcing Postelakis a little bit further back. Chisari. Nice patient play and a heavy touch from Matos has sent that ball not only back but out of play, so will be a Melbourne City throw-in. Wilkinson. Ball just behind McKenna. Price. Wanderers throw in once again. It's Caitlin Torpy. Such a great work rate, not only defensively but going forward. Being with Melbourne City for quite some time. Came from the Brisbane Roar. Spent her off-season with Preston Lions in the NPL Victoria. Scored a few goals, some nice ones I recommend going to search up. Staria Vidicic is just taking a seat there on the esky, emulating his dad. Just did that a few times when he was coach of the women's side. Hughes is going out for a throw-in. Grosso got some space up ahead. McNamara back to Otto. haven't seen Taylor Otto do as many runs forward in this game as we see her typically in others. It was a player that was pretty late into this Melbourne City squad. One of the last players Daria Vidicic got, but he really wanted a player who was able to play out with their feet, and she's certainly capable of doing that. That's why she likes to make her way forward at times. Torpy found some really nice pocket of space. Caitlin Torpy, and a great effort off the crossbar. Rihanna Policina can't follow it up. Now Holly McNamara, and a great finish. Didn't go in with Torpy, but McNamara was there to follow it up. And Sham Khamis is absolutely upset with her defence, allowing Caitlin Torpy to get in so much space for the initial shot. If we take a look at it, a really nice strike. Unlucky it didn't go in. Policina tried, didn't work, and there was Holly Mack, found the angle and found the back of the net. It's doubled their lead here, Melbourne City. Holly McNamara's second goal of the season. And she really does have to thank Caitlin Torpy for that work. Getting into a really nice pocket of space. Sometimes you get those two confused. They look so similar, but that's really a team effort, that goal in the end. Grosso. Now Gordon. Feeding it through to Harding. He's got a nice opportunity, but can't get the contact. And Sophie Harding, sort of frustrating season in front of goal so far. Has some opportunities. And like to add to her side shots on target. Melbourne City comfortably dominating that, 5-2. They have had some good opportunities going forward, the Wanderers. It hasn't just been all Melbourne City. Policina. Grosso. Back to Policina. So good at holding off other players. Tried to feed it through to Galich. Only as far as Torpy. Now Galich. Got McKenna in a little bit of space. And it's just gone back to the space she had just vacated. So we'll go out for a City throw in, and Amy Harrison just asking some attackers to come back and help out in the defensive work. Just too much space in that midfield for those Melbourne City players to roam around in. Long range effort. Grosso certainly ambitious. Hughes, an ill-advised touch straight to Gordon. Price. Harrison. Intercepted by Torpy, but pinched away by Harding, but not for too long. Galich comes away with it. Now Galich working her way through. McNamara. Still McNamara. Can she find the angle? Galich. And a good effort from Galich, just wide of goal. Maybe got a little bit too cute with it. Needed to be more clinical. That bit of play deserved a goal at the end. So passing from Holly McNamara. Speak of, so good at finding her teammates in and around the box. And really should have ended up in the back of the net. Harrison. Back to McComsky. Need to be alert here. City, seen Wanderers be dangerous with their 3 shots so far. Harding across, but straight at the feet of Stott, who's done well. And Wilkinson got McNamara charging across, but Postelakis read it well. Chisari needs to be controlled this passage of play here from the Wanderers. Harding. Back to Matos. Bruce sending it out to McComiskey. Beth Gordon has at times throughout this game found a little bit of space, just haven't found the runners ahead to find that outlet pass, and a nice bit of skill there from Taylor Otto. Hughes. Still Hughes. She's kept her place in this side. Did see a little bit of Leah Davidson last week. It's really good for Melbourne City before she got injured during last season. Laura Hughes made her way from Canberra United. It's been a good addition to this side. Matos. Torpy. Something that Daria Vidicic spoke about at the end of last week's game was how his side allowed the game to become a transition-based game and really made work really difficult for them against Western United. And just really hindered their chances of winning the game. And certainly looked to correct it in this fixture. At times letting the Wanderers make it transition. That's when they're a little bit sloppy in defence, but for the most part they've done really well. Galich needs someone in support. Feeding across to Wilkinson, and Polsina needs to get back on side. Hughes. Wilkinson. Stott just tried to switch the play out to McNamara, but couldn't get the contact. Also avoids the slip and keeps possession.
Please, simplify, please.
And here our vocal Dario Vidicic is constantly shouting instructions for his side. Wants them to play at their best.
Be ready, Danny.
Be as clinical as they need to be. Matos. Torpy was fouled hard there by Sophie Harding. Don't think there was too much in that in the end, so will be a free kick for Melbourne City. I can imagine Robbie Hooker would have been pleased with the opening 10 or so minutes of the game. They hung in there, they had some good opportunities themselves. See that hard foul there from Sophie Harding as Wanderers pick it up, but given straight back to Taylor Otto. McKenna. McNamara.
Liz, back away. Good.
Now Hughes.
Otto.
Otto. McNamara is now able to turn and go. Hughes, been involved in so much of the play early on. Torpy. Found Polosino, he's able to turn. And it's just hit the legs of Letitia McKenna, who's trying to get out of the way. So the Wanderers come away with it, sending it forward to Kush LaRue, who had gone way too early and was offside. So it will be free kick for Melbourne City. Just mentioning about Robbie Hooker and the Wanderers at half-time, that there are some positives to look on. It's been a difficult half, but when they have pressed Melbourne City's defensive line, they've been able to force some mistakes and get more opportunities. Just need to be clinical with those in a game when they're not going to get too many chances. They need to be at their best and have their shooting boots on. Otto. Torpy. Sending it across. Hughes. Otto. Now McNamara up against the Apostolakis. Really good battle between these two young stars. Still McNamara. Grosso. McNamara again. Hughes. Torpy. Pollicina. Just forced them back, the Wanderers, and able to get a few more numbers behind the ball. Galich. Pollicina. Wilkinson. Sharp pass, maybe a little bit too much on it, and has gone out of play, so will be a goal kick. Can see the idea, just the execution wasn't there in the end. Gordon. Apostolakis. Got Kushlaroo making a charging run forward. Finds her. Now Harding. Can she turn and shoot? She does, and a great effort from Sophie Harding. It wasn't too much Lysiane Prue could do. A really good pass from Apostolakis to find Kushlaroo, and Sophie Harding with an excellent finish from outside the box. And that's exactly what Robbie Hooker would have wanted from his side just before half-time. A really great finish and a really good bit of play from the Wanderers. They've been dangerous at times when they've worked in transition, and that's how they get a goal to find their way back into this contest, which is certainly far from over. Wilkinson. Can she have an immediate reply? Forced wide. Galich. And it's gone out for a throw-in. And that's Sophie Harding's first goal of the season, and just the Wanderers' second. Their defender, Vicky Bruce, scored their only one last week against the Newcastle Jets. So goals have been something that have been hard to come by for the Wanderers. Otto. Goes with a unique fashion combination of the rolled up shorts and the single rolled sleeve. It is a fashion statement. But sometimes you've got to dress well to play well. And side playing not too bad at the moment. It's a strong outfit choice. Don't know if I could personally pull it off, but you know, when you're a professional athlete, you can pull off a lot of things. Grosso. Now McNamara trying to work her way onto the inside, using her pace. McNamara cuts back. It's Pollicina. Now McKenna. Out to Galich. Got lots of space. Chance to shoot. And Daniela Galich is getting closer and closer to getting her first goal of the season. It's that chance just narrowly over the crossbar. She maybe had too much time on her hands to think and had to pull it back to her right foot. It's only going to be one more minute of additional play. Torpy. Pollicina. McKenna under pressure. And here at chance. Shout of quicker to Letitia McKenna. Did just take a little bit too long on the ball. Hughes. Grosso. McNamara up ahead. There's not too much longer left in this opening half. Hughes sends it forward. Otto. Torpy. Now out to Galich. Can feed it through. Likes to retain possession for herself. Otto back to Galich. Working her way through the traffic. Needs to feed Grosso through. Does find her, but just loses possession at the crucial moment. And that is all we have for the first half of action here at Amy Park. A really entertaining half of football. With opening goal from Rihanna Policina from the penalty spot, won by Holly Mack. And doubled that lead from Holly Mack herself. And then Western Sydney got their way back in late with a really great finish from Sophie Harding, but Holly McNamara has had a lot of opportunities down that right-hand side, and that's why her side are currently leading 2-1 to Western Sydney Wanderers. We take a look at the action from the first half, and this is exactly how Holly McNamara won that penalty. Really clever bit of play and a sensational finish from Rihanna Policina right into the roof of the net. Nothing Sham Khamis could do, even if she picked the right way. And Caitlin Torpy, unlucky not to score herself with a really good of play there, and then everybody else tried, and Holly McNamara finally found the back of the net. But a really good little bit of play from Caitlin Torpy, finding her way on the inside. She does love to take a shot for herself, and the Mac had to finish it at the end and gave the credit to Caitlin Torpy as well. And this is a really nice bit of work from the Wanderers to get themselves back into this game with an excellent finish from Sophie Harding. Had some chances closer up and couldn't find the back of the net, but doesn't really matter. She just needed a long-range effort, and there wasn't too much Lucianne Prue could do in the end to stop that. So it's 2-1 here at half-time and sets us up for a really entertaining second half. We'll be back there, but we'll take a look at the stats ahead, and as mentioned, Melbourne City dominating the possession stats and the shots as well, but the Wanderers have done well with their limited opportunities to get themselves back into this game, but all to do for the Wanderers in the second half. But we'll be back for some more Liberty A-League action. On the wing, and so good at drawing fouls. And Rihanna Policina is never going to miss that opportunity. She's a phenomenal player and got some great players around her, as Caitlin Torpy with that really great strike. And lucky not to score on her own, but there's a good friend, Holly McNamara, who finished it off for her side and have got them that little buffer between them and the Wanderers. But this is probably the pick of the bunch with this finish from Sophie Harding, finding that far corner. You can see how much it meant to her and this side, just instilling a little bit more belief in their side that they can come back and get something out of this game. And Rihanna Policina and Caitlin Torpy also being absolutely crucial as well. Just being disruptive in the attacking phases of play. You just saw Sophie Harding like one more of those opportunities to fall to her for Melbourne City. They can tie this game up and really make it an even spicier contest, as captain Amy Harrison hasn't got involved too much in the attacking phases. Been trying to really work her side out of the defence in that number 6 role. Would like to see her a little bit higher up the field for the Wanderers to dictate play in those attacking phases. Wilkinson would also like to get her name on the score sheet as well. We are underway in the second half. Torpy finds Galich. He's got McKenna, a little bit of space as well. They need to find somebody on the inside. Just getting stuck out here on the wing. Now McKenna able to turn. That strike, but straight into feet of the Wanderers player, and it's going out for a goal kick. Daniela Galich should be maybe a little bit disappointed about how her opening half went. Had some really good chances throughout that half. Just wasn't able to find the back of the net, but it's always promising to get into those areas as Kush LaRue puts on the afterburners, and caught by Julia Grosso, who's equally as quick. Postolakis just done well to find her way out of trouble. Matos sending it in straight to Otto. Hughes. Torpy. Now found Torpy in a higher position. Galich slowly working their way forward here, City. Hughes back to Torpy. Didn't work from that side, so gonna need to switch it up, and they found the Holly McNamara. Hughes, Policina. Now Grosso working her way back. Back to Grosso, but Gordon read that pass well, and it will be a goal kick. Tomsky tried to feed it down the line. Gets her desired outcome. It was Postolakis, actually.
Hey, ref. Here we go, turn, Wilkie.
Too much on that pass. So now Wilkinson, can she turn and go? Switches it out to Torpy. Dangerous ball in, but cleared away. Straight back to Torpy, who's found herself tangled up with Sophie Harding, who's going to make a break forward. Hughes has done well to slow her down. Price. McNamara tracking back, gaining possession for her side. Torpy down the line, sending it forward. A lot of work for McKenna to do, and just couldn't get it in time. So it will be a throw in for the Wanderers. Hughes couldn't reach there in time. Galich. Pinched away by Cesari. So, trying to break forward. Does win a free kick. Lucky Amy Cesari to give away that penalty in the first half. Just got sucked in by the movement of Holly McNamara. Just unfortunate. Gordon. Switch straight to the feet of Caitlin Torpy. So now out to McNamara. Nice touch. Got Wilkinson up ahead. Still McNamara. Making her way inside. Galich. McNamara. Torpy. Galich again. Back out to McNamara, who sends it across, and Wilkinson was crowded out. An easy grab for Karmas in the end. Harding. Price. Chisari. Matos out in a world of space, just didn't turn her head to find her, and now that opportunity has gone by. Makomsky. Bruce. Harrison. Torpy, and just wasn't on the same page as Holly McNamara, who's now switched sides with Daniela Galich. That is something that we see a lot of with this City attacking line. A lot of rotation makes it difficult for the opponent to really keep track of the matchups they would prefer. All that movement up ahead. Harding. Got Rue making that run. Still Harding. Doesn't have a lot of options and probably gets the best outcome, which is a corner for her side. So, first corner of the second half for the Western Sydney Wanderers. It will be Kostelakis to send it in. Clearly have a routine planned, the Wanderers. Can they execute? Sent deep and cleared away by Wilkinson. Matos. Kostelakis. Needs to be brave going forward. Gordon. Chisari. Back out to Gordon. So City have forced them a little bit further back and had to retreat. And now it is Holly McNamara up ahead. Caught Matos in two minds. Still McNamara now finds Wilkinson. Cuts back on the inside, but that touch was too heavy. And now could be a breakaway opportunity for Sophie Harding to equal up the play. And a great save from Lysiane Prue, and Julia Grosso finishes it up. Sophie Harding, will she come to regret that missed opportunity? She's got that wonderful goal in the first half. Was one-on-one with the keeper. Just needed to pick a side, and she went straight down the middle and made it relatively easy for Lysiane Prue as Price makes her way in. Grosso once again in the right position defensively, but it's coming back, sends across, and missed all the white shirts. Matos is there to recover it. Harrison, with that effort, deflected out. Matos again. He's done well to beat Torpy. Sends it across. Harrison with the first time strike and just wide of goal. The nice passage of play there from the Wanderers. Sustained bit of pressure on that City defence. Sophie Harding using her pace to beat Rebecca Stott and just couldn't make up her mind about where she wanted to go, and those repeated efforts. Amy Harrison, probably the second best opportunity in that whole passage of play, but just couldn't get the ball into the back of the net. Policina. McNamara. And looks like she's going to run out of space, and that ball through will get her a corner. So after all that pressure from the Wanderers down the other end, can Melbourne City put a real deflate the balloon slightly more if they're able to score from this corner. their fourth of the day. Come close a few times with Hannah Wilkinson. That ball sent short and flicked on by Otto, and that follow-up effort from Hughes was calmly collected. Bush LaRue has found herself well forward, but Letitia McKenna did well to not only get the ball to keep it in play, but only as far as Matos. Price straight to the feet of Otto, and that breakaway opportunity quickly fizzled out. Hughes has been so good in this game. Really positive in the midfield and trying to dictate play as much as possible. McKenna. McNamara whipping it across and whipping it out of play, so it will be a goal kick. As we revisit that corner opportunity, a nice bit of skill from Taylor Otto and good awareness to send that back heel in that direction, but just couldn't work their way through the traffic with that follow-up shot from Hughes. Rue. Grosso, she's been absolutely everywhere in this game, the American. So lively. Has really improved so much in the off-season as Polisena comes away with the ball. Got McNamara across. Deceives and goes with Wilkinson. Now McNamara around Karmas, and she finishes that opportunity. And that is the second goal of the afternoon for Holly McNamara. Fantastic player and a fantastic team goal from Melbourne City. Started all with her good friend Rihanna Polisena in the middle of the park to win the ball back. Wilkinson, it's usually McNamara finding Wilkinson, and this time Wilkinson returning the favour. But a really good bit of play from Melbourne City to get their third goal and reclaim that 2-goal buffer. It's exactly what you come to expect from this Melbourne City side. When they are going forward, they are absolutely electric with some of the best attacking options. Themselves and Sydney FC, I have to say, they've got the two best attacks in the competition. You're really entertaining when those two sides come up against each other. McKenna, Polisena. Feeding it through to McNamara, but too far on the inside and easily dealt with by McComsky.
So when the ball's there, if their fullback pushes, she can be 50-50. So if it's long, she can jump.
Always directing traffic. Dario Vidicic replaced his dad early into last season after his dad became the manager of the men's side. Grosso, that ball in, deflected into the path of Gordon. McNamara's done really well to win the ball back. And trying to use a bit of skill and her pace. And dealt with by Harrison. Chisari. Down the line to Harding. Under pressure from Otto. Dealt with by the City defence. Did look like Grosso was fouled, but play continues. And now it is going to be called back for a Melbourne City free kick. Julia Grosso, that work rate, not only going forward but coming back defensively, doing her main role, and won the free kick for her side. And a great find for Melbourne City. Fits with the way they want to play football, what they want their fullbacks to do. And you see Caitlin Torpey as well on the ball. Players not afraid to make their way forward, make their presence known in attacking phases of play. And good passes of the ball as well. Hughes. Otto. Root. Still Kushlaroo. And you can see it absolutely dominating the total shot stat. There, Melbourne City 17 to Western Sydney Wanderers 8. If you got 8 in most other games so far into it, you'd be pretty happy, but Melbourne City dominating, and that effort from Harding just lacked the contact it needed, but ball still in play. Chisari. And cut out by that City defence. So, come back the other way if they can make it out of trouble, and they do. That ball forward from McKenna into the path of McNamara. Looking to get her hat-trick this afternoon, or at least set up a teammate. McNamara finds McKenna on the edge of the box. Policina. Back to McNamara. Just couldn't find that release ball to get them going. As Torpey with that long-range effort. Grosso. Hughes back out to Torpey. Just working the ball side to side, trying to unsettle this Wanderers defence. Can somebody be moved by the passages of play that City are going with? Torpey. Hughes. Now Grosso able to make her way forward, and a long-range effort and a good save by Karmas to deny City their 4th goal. That would be a way to cap off a really good game for Julia Grosso. Our fellow fullback, Caitlin Torpey, taking a long-range effort herself, and Julia Grosso said, I want to get involved as well. Do love to hear the active support from the City fans for their team, and had some exciting goals to look at this afternoon. Policina sends it deep, and McNamara does get a hat-trick. A really chaotic scene, but it does look like the goal will stand. But will it come at a cost for Holly McNamara getting her hat-trick this afternoon? That ball was whipped into an absolutely dangerous area. McNamara rose above the rest and got a great header on it. And don't know if it's looks to be her left ankle. Be really unfortunate if she can't continue, because that was an excellent goal from Holly McNamara and a fantastic delivery from Rihanna Policina. But McNamara, who's had her injury troubles, missed a large portion of last season out with injury. And came back and missed the back end of the season before getting injured while she was away with the Matildas. Right now it is Melbourne City up 4-1. They certainly piled on the pressure in the second half. They withstood that really good bit of attacking play from the Wanderers early in this second half. As McNamara does look to be getting up gingerly. 3 total shots, 3 goals, 3 on target. That is a player in red-hot form. And I believe it is her first hat-trick in the Liberty A-League competition. And we'll see first substitution for the Wanderers in the meantime as Holly Caspers comes on. I believe it is Amy Chisari who's gone off, but we will get confirmation on that. McNamara still getting treatment, and if you are 4-1 up and she scored a hat-trick, you maybe give her a rest, and maybe a perfect time to bring on Amina Ekic. I don't think it gets much easier for the Wanderers if Ekic does come on. She has scored 4 goals in 6 games for City last season. And if you do have Holly McNamara like I do in your fantasy team, you'd certainly be feeling pretty good, especially if you captained her as well. And was mistaken, wasn't Amy Chisari making her way off, it was Liv Price. Postolakis, that ball in, cleared away by Otto. Harrison. Root. But see, the energy of those Wanderers players would be a little bit down and deflated. They started the second half so promisingly, and it's just Melbourne City flexing their muscles and just showing their prowess in front of goal as Apostolakis with that whipping ball across, and Caspers unable to get it in the area she would have ideally wanted. So Gordon. Harrison, and it does look like Holly McNamara is going to make her way back onto the field. Sorry, sending it across, and it's gone out for what looks to be a corner. So Wanderers get their second of the afternoon. Holly McNamara, it's good to see her able to continue in this game, but such a special talent, and she's got 3 Matildas caps already, and should certainly be looking for more and to be knocking on that door and asking the question. The form she's in now. Postolakis, high ball into a nice area and not cleared away just yet, and it does find the back of the net through Vicky Bruce. Her second goal in 2 weeks, scored last week against Newcastle, and against the run of play here, trying to get her side back into this game so she gets a second goal of the season. And a really nice finish in the end. Bit chaotic, but it fell for her. And it just shows that you can't fall asleep defensively if you are Melbourne City. No matter how big you think that buffer is, just need moments in this game to find your way back into it. Gordon feeding it through to Harding. Also had the position already, and 6 goals already in this game. Don't know if many would have predicted that before this game started, but it's what has delivered, and it's been absolutely entertaining. Seen some cracking goals, some really nice passages of play, and just another opportunity to see the up-and-coming stars in this competition, and a reminder to keep following the Liberty A-League competition, because These are some of the players who will one day wear that Matilda's shirt, and Matilda's team that we all got to see so much of during the Women's World Cup. Maybe a player right there, Holly McNamara, be wanting to get into that squad more and more often. Ball sent deep, not found anybody, surprisingly, in a blue shirt. Well, 3 players lining up, and they were all saying, you go, and you go, and nobody ended up going. Polisina. Still Polisina. Has done well to beat Apostolakis. Sending it across, but calmly into the hands of Shamkamas. And it was McNamara, Wilkinson, and Torpy. I think they all kind of got in each other's way and just threw each other off in terms of who went to jump and went to shoot. Otto. McNamara. That possession stat has certainly evened up as the game has gone on, but still Melbourne City in control of the pace of the play, about the movements that's going on at all times. But for the Wanderers, obviously been a difficult start to this season. It's been a difficult couple of seasons for the Wanderers. Just hasn't really clicked for them, obviously. Finding the likes of Claire Hunt, who's gone through so many injury issues, and coming back into the Wanderers side and then making her way into the Matildas squad and cementing her place there. But for the Wanderers as a whole, it's been difficult. Haven't really found their identity in regards to their women's team so far, but there are some promising signs here. Harding, and the ball's gone out for a corner. It's just you'll be seeing Chisari there trying to hound Lucianne Pruitt. Rihanna Polisina is just going to try to be a buffer in between those two. So it will be Apostolakis to send it in. Dangerous ball whipped in. Does find a white shirt. Sam Prue's done well, but Sophie Harding, the follow-up effort, has got the 3rd goal for the Western Sydney Wanderers, and they are certainly back into this game. Set pieces have been a real area of concern for Melbourne City. Lucianne Prue just got in a bit of a tussle with Chisari, became a nuisance. Chisari did well, and that ball's bobbled out for Sophie Harding. And we will see some substitutions for Daria Vidicic's side, and we are going to see it's in the last of Holly McNamara. And it will be a Liberty A-League debut for Kira Myers. Kind of trade in the NPL Victoria with Southern United at the start of the season, and then caught up to that FV emerging side, but a really talented player going forward. And we've seen the last of Daniela Galic as well, and Amina Rekic, freshly signed contract, full-time here with Melbourne City. Was on loan from the NWSL last season, but she's made the move permanent, and it's the player, a really good player that you'd want to bring on in this kind of situation, as Chisari put her body on the line between her and Lucianne Prue. You'd say that effort from her was what got her side the goal. And she's just a little bit gingerly at the moment. So, doesn't look too well at the moment. And Holly McNamara has had a phenomenal afternoon. Started off with this great finish. Got a little bit lucky with Torpy missing, and then this finish here worked her way around Sham Khamis, and she rose above the rest and got her first hat-trick in the competition. But a really great afternoon for Holly McNamara. And anyone who's got stocks in Holly McNamara's football ability. But now this game is certainly poised to be a thrilling finish. Melbourne City was so comfortable. And now from 2 set pieces and sloppy defending from those set pieces, Western Sydney Wanderers have found their way back into this game and have certainly put a good account of themselves against one of the best teams in the competition, and the game is certainly far from over. They'd be absolutely just praying for a corner opportunity or just a set piece, anything like that, because they've been so prolific in the second half. They didn't have any corners in the first, and they seem to score every single time they get one in the second half. So Grosso with that back heel nutmeg. Hughes. Stott. Now Torpy. Need to work it quickly here, City. Can't get too passive, particularly with that 1-goal lead. Could have been a little bit more, could have been passive when it was 4-1, but they haven't allowed themselves that luxury. McKenna. Policina making a nice run through. Finds Grosso. Ekic. Now Grosso again. Got a little bit deceived that it's found Policina in the middle of the penalty area. And that ball straight into the hands of Sham Khamis. And that ball did look like it went out of play, but play continues, and strong challenge there from Hughes. Harrison trying to find her way forward. Can the Wanderers really set this City team off and get back into this game? Make it 4-4. Gordon. Ball out wide to Matos. Now tries to switch it across, and Harding does get ahead to it, but was well wide of the goal, so will be a goal kick. Sophie Harding has been pretty on target. 2 goals. She'll be probably looking for her hat-trick as well. It'll be her first in the competition. She's able to do that. So could we get 2 hat-tricks in one game? That'd be something. Grosso playing it forward, but Postolakis read the play well. Now finds Caspers. And Grosso once again forcing that ball out for a corner, but if you are the Wanderers, you'd be feeling pretty confident about this opportunity. The last few trips have been pretty rewarding. So what can Alexia Postolakis do? Just needs to send it into a dangerous area. Sends it a bit short, but there is just white shirts. Ball's bubbling around still. Finally cleared by Ekic. But only as far as Matos, who just skies it above. But once again, That Melbourne City defence was in a world of trouble. That ball was placed into a dangerous area, and it looked like Casper's just ball dipped. Not enough to just get a first swing at it and just volley it. Just hit her comfortably in the abdomen and couldn't really do too much about it in the end. Policina. Ekic like to score on her second debut for this team. Ekic lost possession, so it will be a throw-in. Just 10 minutes to go in this game. Will it be Western Sydney Wanderers crashing the party of Melbourne City? So sky high when it was 4-1, but now it's sitting at 4-3. Or can Melbourne City get that buffer once again? Policina. Ekic. Grosso. Ekic again. Immediately swarmed, but finds Policina. Does really well. Tried to play it across, but White Shirt's able to read the play. Myers. Here Myers getting a nod into the squad. Promoted, a scholarship player. Now getting her debut. Wouldn't she like to score? As McKenna sends it in and not cleared away by Postolakis, and that effort from Torpy was always sailing over. Matos. Myers finds Torpy. Still, Torpy's done really well in the end, but has gone out for a throw-in. So Wanderers need to pick up the pace if they want to get the win. That ball's fed through to Casper. She did look slightly offside, but referee disagrees. Casper's cleared away by Stott. Gordon fouled by McKenna, and a cheap foul. It's not the position you want to be giving that up, considering how this second half has transpired. And it will be first minutes of the season for Naomi Chinema, and probably a wise decision for Melbourne City to bring on another defender, replacement of Laura Hughes. Chinema played regularly in that City backline last year, but some new arrivals have just forced her onto the bench, but still a really quality player. Reads the game well. A good passer, very calm under pressure, and going to need to be very calm in this situation to avert any danger. Gordon sends it short, and Grosso's able to deal with it. And still making their way forward, Western Sydney Wanderers. They seem to have all the momentum at the moment. City have just lost their shape and lost a bit of control, allowing the Wanderers to dictate where they go. Harding sends it through. Stott unconventionally deals with it. Now Otto sends it as far away as possible. Really need to push here, City, if they want to make it certain that they're going to claim the 3 points. Harding finds herself in a nice bit of space, but doesn't have anywhere else to go. Kostelakis. Harrison sending it out wide to Matos. She can keep it in. It'll be nice ball to have possession. Back to Matos. Caspers not able to turn and go. Grosso clears it away. Wilkinson needs to find Policina or somebody. She does, but not for very long. So we'll come straight back with the Wanderers. Harding getting more and more into this game. Feels weird to say she has scored 2 goals, but that ball fed through. Caspers not able to bring it down. Ekic. It's the path of McKenna. Just needs to send it far away, but it's going to come straight back, and Melbourne City need to deal with the pressure that they're so used to putting other people under. Gordon. Back to Caspers. Still Wanderers, and Grosso was fouled. Momentary reprieve for City. Need to deal with this. It must feel like a taste of their own medicine. Do this so often to other teams, suffocate the play, shift them around, and we will see Sophie Harding, the last contribution of the game, but a brace nonetheless for her. And a foul there on Grosso. And it will be Gemma Ferris coming on. And it will also be youngster Isabella Ricardo coming on for Taylor Rotto. So it is a like-for-like substitution. Ricardo, teammates with Kira Myers, an FV emerging squad in the NPL Victoria, a really talented defender, composed. Maybe just a case of Daria Vidicic saying, need some fresh legs on. Just clear minds. Torpy. McKenna. Chinema. McKenna. And Policina just found a nice bit of space, tried to feed it through to Wilkinson. It's worked out nicely for her. She's able to keep her feet. She does. Myers. McKenna. Back to Torpy. This is where Melbourne City want the ball. If they are going to slow the pace down, you'd want it up here. You don't want it near your defence where you're vulnerable to lose possession. McKenna. So Myers tried to make the run through. Do go with her, but cleared away by Bruce. Only as far as McKenna. Policina, Myers. Back to Policina. Myers just wasn't ready for that pass, and that's something that will come with experience, that movement. But you see what a stark contrast. 186 passes in the final third to 87 for the Wanderers. City have absolutely dominated, and they should certainly be in a more comfortable position, but some sloppy defending at times has allowed the Wanderers to get back into this contest and have something to really fight for. Side sitting at the bottom of the table. Want that to change. Torpy. Grosso. Now out to Ekic. Haven't seen too much of her since she's made her arrival onto the pitch. But not the ideal circumstances. Grosso. McKenna. Now out to Torpy. Still Torpy, done well to hold off those challenges. Policina. more time they can take off the clock, the better for Melbourne City. And it's going to be a long extra time, 7 minutes, for Melbourne City to hold on, or for Western Sydney Wanderers to get something out of this game, which they might feel they deserve. But they still have to find the way to get that ball into the back of the net, or if in Melbourne City, the best way to secure a win is to score another goal. Can they do that? Right now, it's the Wanderers. Apostolakis is sending that ball through, and Chinema's done well to shield the ball and disrupt the run of Caspers. Actually, Apostolakis has been busy all afternoon, not only defensively trying to do some things going forward, but such an entertaining player. As part of those national team youth setups, and just one of those players that you almost feel like will one day make it into the Matildas team. But now it's a chance for City to go forward. A nice run from Grosso out to Ekic. Know how prolific she can be. Komsky has done very well to get the ball, but given away and straight into traffic. There was India Breyer. Myers. Policina in support, uses her. Chinema. Back out to Torpian. This is what City want to do. Slow the pace of the game down. Pass it amongst themselves. Don't put themselves into dangerous positions. McKenna. Switching it out wide to Grosso. Once again, shifting that Wanderers defence. McKenna. Ricardo. And straight into the path of Beth Gordon. And Chinema's done well to come forward and straight into the path of Ekic. Don't know if she meant it, but it worked in the end momentarily, but it will be a Wanderers throw-in. Harrison. Kostelakis. Akomsky. This is not where the Wanderers want the ball. Need the ball further up the pitch. Now Policina. Got Myers out wide as she wants to use her. And tried to win the foul instead, but play continues, and it is going to be called back for Melbourne City free kick. Referee Isabella Libri had to think about it and decided to go with it, and it felt like the right decision. And you look at that replay, Bruce was just a little bit too late. And Policina, the experienced player she is, just take her time to get up, take a few more seconds off the clock. Will she go for a direct free kick? Thought we were going to see a Caitlin torpedo effort to the back of the net, but might be a more controlled and measured set piece, considering how close they are to the end. Carter there as well, so Carter leaves it. Policina with a golf hook shot, and Wilkinson couldn't get the control, and she was offside as well, so down Wanderers, they need to pick up the pace, drive the ball forward, be brave in their movements. As Polisina's pulled off the ball. Gordon sending it across. And that touch too heavy in the end. McKenna able to mop it up. But it's going to come back again. And Polisina left something in there. And play continues. Ekic back to Polisina. Ocado making her way forward as well, but losing possession. And free kick award in the middle of the park. Gemma Ferris getting knocked down. Will we need to send this deep and direct it towards somebody, and it was just too shallow. Tried to get the flick on, but there was nobody else there. Harrison to Apostolakis, who sends it across. Prue needs to clear it away. It's fallen for Gordon. With the effort, needs to be cleared once again. And this follow-up effort from Bruce. Couldn't get her second of the afternoon, but it just felt like it was working out for the Wanderers. A good ball in to a dangerous area. Sam Prue didn't deal with it as best as she could, but it works out in the end. For City, nervy moments. Not long left in this contest. If the Wanderers want a point, they need to do something right now. And this may be their last opportunity. But Chinema's going to get there first. Sending it far and out of play. Still got time for a throw-in. And good since she came on, Naomi Chinema. Head up just in that last passage of play. Stott with the header. Ekic. Looked like it came off the hand there of India Breyer. And it's exactly what City want. Free kick. Take their time. Run some more of that clock down. Frustrate the Wanderers, and you can see it looked like she was going to take it, but now Lysiane Prue is. More time taking off the clock. Nervy game for Daria Vidicic. Wouldn't have felt like that for a large portion of this second half and this game overall, but they've made it really difficult on themselves at times. Melbourne City, as Kieran Myers tries to find the corner, but only going to get it over the line. But it's all over here at Amy Park. A hard-fought win for Melbourne City in the end. They look to have it all. Mack getting her second goal of the afternoon, working her way around Sham Khamis. And an excellent game, Holly McNamara. Obviously the 3 goals are really nice, but just in passages of play, her passing, and this one, she rose above the rest. She doesn't usually score too many headers. I think she'd be pretty happy with that one to cap off a hat-trick. Some good technique. Looked like she was injured there, but she did manage to continue in the game, and this was the start of the comeback for the Wanderers. Vicky Bruce, 2 goals so far this season, 2 goals in 2 weeks. You thought maybe it was going to happen. Sophie Harding scoring her 2nd of the game, and they thought it's really, really happening. We're so close. We were unlucky last week. It just didn't work out for them in the end, but they certainly gave it their best, Steph, and I don't think a lot of people would have thought they would have put up such a fight in this contest, but they showed a great account for themselves. And it's been a really entertaining game, and the pictures, stats certainly tell a story. The possession